This where we catch a vibe. What's often overlooked is the strength that rise to occasions. The drive of a man pushed to limits is amazing. Taking how it comes, adjusting to all the changes. Hunger's just creating a man of so many faces. Judgment being passed, not understanding sacrifices. Instagram likes turn into a marriage crisis. Till you live it, you can't tell me a thing. Bobby Krill's March 5th is such a wonderful ring. See, I tried to leave, but then I fell apart. I learned it's easier to prosper when you play your part. Not chasing cloud, I'd rather just keep it genuine. Rapping in my basement is turning into percentages. Talking to myself is just speaking it to existence. Face so much resistance, I battle it with persistence. Failed so many times, I'm ready to go the distance. If you really just believe, your life could change in an instant, that's real. X Factor, how many really got it? That X Factor, turning passion into profit. Another day of living, I'm just happy to see. Be the change you wanna see, and I'm just happy it's me, Krills.
We all know we're here for Bonnie's Mark, right? And so Mel, first off, tell us what is Bonnie's Mark, right? And who's Bonnie?
Bonnie's a mysterious woman that I experienced in a very short span of my life where, you know, I know we all can experience where it's like, you know, you meet someone, and I don't know if y'all know soulmates, twin flames. I feel like she was like a twin flame / soulmate of mine. So the story is really about what I experienced when I added about 15%, you know, fiction to it, just to give like, you know, a story. And Bonnie's Mark is like, it's reality, right? It's reality put into a perspective of a perspective that you hear. So it's just like, for those who don't know, like I didn't write the music, you know. I didn't think to make the album. So like my creative process is I make a lot of songs. Like I have a goal of making 100 songs a year. So I make a lot of songs, and what I do, I'll go back and listen to the songs, you know, every few months. And then I'll realize like, wow, I got a project here, I got a project here, I got a project there. So with Bonnie's Mark, at the time, I'm gonna even give you the story. At the time, we was at my house, right, with this mysterious woman. We was at my house and we were drinking wine, and she spilled it. I used to call her Bonnie, right? I used to call her Bonnie.
This is your ride or die, and this is the reason why, right? Right?
That's, you know, I guess that's what I thought. You know,
right from the
yeah, that's what I thought, right? So we were sipping wine, and we spilled a little bit on my bed, and she was like, "Look, the mark of Bonnie." And right there, I snapped my fingers. I was like, Bonnie's Mark. I'm like, yo, that's a project. So once I came up with that concept, I would go listen to a lot of songs that I kind of created, that she kind of influenced me to create. Because like this whole project, like I didn't write. Like I literally went to the studio, one take, boom. So everything y'all hear is a one take expression. I didn't think about it, did a double take.
Change your name to Mr. One Taker.
I mean, you know, one take Drake, one take Prof, you know what I mean? But so yeah, so that's how Bonnie's Mark was formed. So I went, you know, looked at all the songs that I made within like a 3-4 month period, and I had 12 songs, right? So in those 12 songs, I would like kind of like structure it like how I want to do it, and in that process, like I'm a studier. Like so, what I study is like I study music. So I think about, this is my first album. I put like an EP out before I didn't, you know. So I'm like, yo, what are the best albums, right? And I'm gonna shoot a shot, and y'all might look at me crazy, but it's what I stand on, right? The best album is Thriller, right? Michael Jackson. So what I was doing for like a week straight was like, I was listening to Thriller from start to finish. And like, I would listen to like what he's talking about, and it dawned on me. I'm like, yo, Thriller is about a woman. And if you listen to Thriller, he released it in like 72, 74. And the uniqueness of Thriller was like, the sound was so unique to the 70s. So I said, yo, right? I had to go back to myself, like, yo, I think we got something.
Yeah.
So I took the 12 songs and dropped it down to 9. Because Thriller's 9 songs, right? So I'm like, all right, Mel, you about to tell the world some crazy, you know, crazy shit. I'm a curse, right? Ain't no kids in here. This is the generation's Thriller. Like, if you listen to Thriller, like, not only the sound, right, not only the album sales, but the impact that he was telling was a story of, like, dealing with a woman, but when it's going through a lot of darkness and going through a lot of, you know, not love, but it was love, right? So I went back to, you know, the 12 songs and I cut it down to 9.
Wait, love but not love. Explain that. What do you mean?
It was love, but it was dark. Like it wasn't like, oh, I love you and all peaches and cream. It was like, be that, you know what I'm saying? Like Thriller, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, it was dark a little bit.
But so, that's a classic.
Classic.
So you're trying to make timeless music.
And I'm gonna say this, you know, this is a classic. I might not have the sales, right? But like, let's take away knowing me. If you listen from start to finish and close your eyes and don't think about who you're hearing, like this is a classic. When I say classic, it's like, I say classic. I don't like to say that word, but since you said it, I say classic because it's like, it will inform a human forever. Like, it will
impact.
Not just even inspire, it will inform.
Inform.
Whereas like you can meet someone and have like a crazy relationship, great relationship, and then you end it where it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. But because sometimes love stories are just all peaches and cream, and this one was going up and down, you know? So I structured it kind of that way where...
Is that your story, Bonnie's Mark?
Yeah, really, because, you know, we hit it off and then we go dark, then we come back to light, then we go dark, then we, you know, and that's reality. I feel like that's reality. And I feel like anybody can attest to a relationship where it's like, you might hit it off, and next thing you know, you have to deal with the reality of their life, and they got to deal with the reality of yours. And sometimes we all deal with trauma. We all deal with, you know, things that maybe we don't work on, or, you know, we all deal with like darkness that we don't embrace, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like relationships are a mirror.
Yeah.
So it's like I see you, you see me in different ways where we saw our own self.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Bonnie's Mark was formed in that matter, and I made it 9 songs, where it's like, you know, in today's age as an artist, I feel like, you know, a lot of artists aren't talking about love, period, you know? It's toxic right now, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I like to go against the grain of what's happening into the world. So I want to talk about a mysterious love story, and also, right, this is my perception, right? I feel like prior to Bonnie's Mark as an artist, the public would hear about my emotional intelligence, would hear about my pain, would hear about, they never really kind of heard about me talking about a woman. So it's just like, I kind of know woman a little bit more than mental health, you know what I'm saying? So let me give the opportunity to like exploit my side of being a man for a woman rather than a man that's about emotional intelligence and things of that nature. So I was killing 3 birds with 1 stone, I felt like, as an artist. And yeah, that's how Bonnie's Mark was formed.
Okay. So how did you meet Bonnie? I'm interested.
So, you know, we're in 2025, social media, right? So we were following each other for, I would say 4 years. And we had a mutual friend that didn't introduce us, but we were kind of, you know, so we were going back and forth, and we were having a conversation, and y'all can steal this playbook, man. I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying? So what was happening was, we would have a conversation, and at the time where I was living, like I was going to Stop and Shop, and she said she was going to Stop and Shop. So I was like, okay, mind you, we didn't meet yet, right? So I was like, when you go there, like go to the front and tell them your name. And
like front, like what do you mean?
Like the front center, you know how like you go like, yo, can I? So I'm like, yo, when you go to Stop and Shop, tell them your name. She's like, why? I'm like, and mind you, we haven't met yet, right?
Wait, okay, so I walk into Stop and Shop because I've never been, I've been there.
Like in the center, like, you know, the information center, like, you know, where you go, you got a complaint or if you got a return. I was like, yo, go tell them your name. She's like, why? I'm like, just go tell them your name. She was skeptical because we haven't met. So what happened was she went, and I gave her a gift card, like a $100 gift card, so I had to go to the shop, you know. I knew. And right then and there,
the game?
I mean, listen, ladies, I know y'all need help, right? Sometimes y'all need help with groceries and stuff like that, where it's not about just taking you out for a dinner. Like, you know what I mean? It's always gonna stick more if you do something out of the box. I like it. And that's what happened. She got
groceries right in the fridge without,
you know what I'm saying?
them.
Not even just carrying them, like she didn't have to pay for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we kind of like, that's how she knew I was a little different. And from there, that's when we started really, you know, building. And yeah, that's how we.
So Mel, tell me, explain how much does Bonnie mean to you? How much does Bonnie meant to you then? Like when you first, like, how much did she mean to you then? And then let's compare how does she means to you now.
Then, so at a point, this was like the 5th month, right? And prior, the December, I had just broken up in a bad relationship, and that relationship, excuse me, I was acting like a monster in the last relationship, right?
Explain that. What does that mean, a monster?
So I'm a spiritual man, right? And when I'm dealing with a woman, I'm able to deal with a lot of her spiritual side and a lot of her darkness that maybe she don't want to deal with, right? So what was happening was I was dealing with this woman, and I was like being a mirror to her, and she didn't want to accept me. So what was happening? I was getting upset.
Can we break that down a little bit?
So
accept you, like, what do you mean by that?
all right, so I'm I don't want to put her business out there, right? But something in her past happened, right?
Okay.
And
So that traumatized you?
yeah.
Yep.
But she was comfortable enough to tell me.
Okay.
Right? So when you tell someone something that happens now, that person's gonna mirror that, especially me.
Okay.
Because I like your skeletons, like that's me, right? So something that happened in her past, she was denying. But I would always remind her, but also hold her hand while reminding her. Not like
She wasn't ready to face that.
she wasn't ready. So in those moments, I'm getting kind of bothered. Where it's like, yo, listen, I'm holding your hand in this matter, but you're denying the fact that it happened, but you're forgetting that you told me. So prior to telling me, in her existence, she denying the fact that that happened, right? So I became a monster because I felt like,
So you was pressing her.
OD at that point.
OD.
And I was wrong.
Okay.
I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, right? So at that time, we broke up December, and from January, February, March, April, May, I was journaling a lot. And what I was telling myself was like, yo, I know that's not me.
You were journaling.
Yeah, I know that monster is not me. That's not who I am. That's not me. So I was working on myself, not for another woman, but I was working on myself to the point where it's like, I don't want to be like that at all.
What are some of the things that you were writing down?
Just affirmations. I am great. I am, powerful. I am certain things in that nature. Because it's like, and in perspective, she knew that wasn't me either. Because she'll always return to me. But at the same time, it's like I wanted to make up the concept of what she thought of me because of the way I was really acting.
Yeah.
But so in that time frame, I was working on myself, and then I run into this one, the Bonnie. So I'm being more of a man. I'm being more of a compromise. I'm being more of a take a second thought about what you're gonna say because of, right? It's like me to me, you want to deal with the skeleton, but take it easy, right? So I'm taking it easy. I'm just being a solid individual rather than being a solid man.
A lot of men don't even want to take that position in relationships. Take on other people's skeletons because it's like, oh, that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? And so, so sometimes, and I don't want to make this a relationship conversation.
I mean, kind of is, right?
like that. But some people aren't just ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just it for someone it's a fresher breath of air, right? Yeah. And some it could be scary. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want.
And that was just a reality where it's like, for the first time, right? Because this is the second time really. I'm attempting to take a woman serious in the state of relationship, because I've never really done relationships, just to be honest, to the point of like, so this was my opportunity of being just a better person as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, how it was in the beginning. Okay. I was just being a stand-up man rather than being a stand-up man for you.
And so, obviously that tarnished the relationship, right? Was that, like, what is there anything else besides the pressure that really caused the up and downs? Like, what is there any, like, what was it? So let me ask you this question. What did you learn about the relationship once it was over? Let's just ask the question, right?
You can, I'm gonna just give an
analogy.
analogy.
What did you learn through the experience?
What did I learn? I mean, I learned how to love myself more.
Okay.
Honestly, like that's the core of what I learned. Like, because I will always give, I will always be. By the end of the day, it's like you can only be and give so much. And I was overly being and giving to the point where I had to question myself, like, yo, do you love yourself, bro? Or are you, just wanting to love this person? Which, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I felt like because, right, I'm in a process of like, let me be the solid man now, right? After you're not being solid for yourself, because you're overly compromising yourself for someone who's not receiving in the matter that you believe it should be received.
And so she's never come to this, and she never faced her fears.
No, she did.
She did.
But sometimes when you face your fears, you walk in the water and then you get out the water. You know what I'm saying? So like you walk in, you're like, I'm knee deep. Let me go back.
And you don't. So that doesn't fit well with you.
It don't, because I like to jump in the middle. I don't like to walk. I like to jump in the middle.
But not everybody's built like that.
Of course, but with this, I walked.
Well,
I walked.
perspective.
I walked.
For you, maybe not for her.
In the beginning, I walked. I know I did.
Okay. It's perspective.
Like,
Is there anything that you regret, or anything you would change?
No. No.
Not at all. Okay. Good. Are you still in love with Bonnie?
Soulfully.
Explain that. What does that mean?
Soulfully, in a dimension, not in a mind state, right? Like my mind is like, you know you deserve better. My mind tells me I know I deserve better. My mind tells me the woman who's gonna love me is gonna go further than I'm gonna go, right? But soulfully, right? Soulfully is like, maybe you're not you, just in general, you're not operating with your soul, so you can't meet me where I'm at. So I love you there where you can't meet me, but mentally, I'm raising the bar for me. So by default, I'm raising the bar for you, which you may not want to, which is okay, you know? Yeah. So that's how I love her, soulfully. Gotcha. Mentally, you know, I'm good. Because I know what peace is. Like, you know, I don't need a love to have
So
peace.
what does she need to do in order for you guys to be together?
Be together, I don't think I want to be together. It's not about being together.
What's it about then?
Soulful.
Just being soul tied?
Being soul tied. Because being soul tied now, everything happens how it's supposed to happen rather than controlling mentally as a human. I'm talking a little deep, right? But mentally, you may control what you want because of what you're doing, what you are, what your day-to-day is. But soulfully, it doesn't look like anything. It just feels. I want the feeling. I don't want what it looks like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I got you. I know, because the one thing you told me before, he's like, I was never born, I was created. I love that. Can you want to explain that?
I mean, I was being a little funny, you know what I mean? I was being a little funny, but I just feel like I was created because energy is creation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an energy. I'm not a human. I could die today. My energy's still going to exist.
Because we're operating in a human form. We're also
the human is the vehicle. Without the engine in the car can't sit there. I'm the engine. I'm not the vehicle. You see me, but you don't see me. You feel me?
That's a bar. If you could say anything to her right now, what would that be? What would you say?
What I always say, breath by breath, step by step, take care of yourself. That's it.
Interesting, I like that.
Breathe and watch your step and take care of yourself. If you do that, you'll be where I'm at within myself.
So let me ask you this question. Do you think not having your real dad in your life has affected you the way you feel? Has affected the way you feel about Bonnie?
No.
Let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about, because I don't. So I know the dynamic, right?
Yep.
So the audience don't know the dynamic. So let's talk about dad. Like, who's dad? Like, and like, growing up. Let's talk about what you saw immediately. Like, hey, dad. Like, who's that person? Talk to me.
I was raised by a man. It's my father. Still thinking of my father. But it's just ironic. Let's go back to like the story I was telling you about when I was a monster, right?
Okay.
So it goes a little deeper where this woman that I met, I'm gonna tell you our story. Before Bonnie, I met a woman. The first date I had with her, right? I'm telling her my story because, you know, I was so deep, right? But I was born. I was born to a woman, and the man who was the sperm donor was not in the woman's life, not in the child's life, right? But that woman was under the guardianship of two individuals.
Don't give too much for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was born and raised under, you know, being the son of these guardians, but not, right? So I learned at the age 26 that the woman who raised me the actual sperm donor was a Mexican man, right? So all my life I'm thinking I'm black and white. At 26.
So in your household, right, you have mom, you have dad, right? Dad is not your real dad.
And mom that you're referring to, I'm my real mom.
Yeah, let's talk about dad, right? We're talking about dad.
I'm just.
I know. I got
so that people can understand.
Well, this is part 2. You have to understand, right?
Yeah,
they
you're
have
right,
to
you're
wait
right,
for
you're
part
right,
1.
You're right.
So in part 2, let's stick to part 2, and let's stick to dad. When you open up your eyes in your home, who's dad? Like, and this is not real dad. This is not the sperm donor, correct? And this person is black.
Yes.
Black. All right. So he's black man. He's dad, and this is for until you're 26.
Forever, yeah.
Like no, I'm saying until you figure out who.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How long was it that you met your real dad?
I met him when I went out on a date.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
At
How
21,
long?
at 31. I'm sorry. So
31.
26, I learned I was Mexican.
So 31 years.
So in those 5 years, I'm like, yo, I want to meet my dad. So long story short, I go on this date with this chick at 31, and I'm telling her my story. Like, yo, I'm Mexican. She's like, no way, right? So I'm kind of giving her inside scoop, and she's Puerto Rican and Mexican. So as I'm telling her my story, right, she's texting, because like in the community where I was born, Mexicans are very like close-knit, right?
Yeah.
So she's texting like not an aunt, but like a friend that became aunt or cousin, right? So as she's texting, this woman, my sister calls me, who's my birth mother. Ironically,
Just gave it away.
I mean,
Go ahead.
so I mean, I gotta
So you're my sister, but go ahead.
I mean, I gotta, but
It's all good.
So I'm like, yo, what's his name, right? Because she's asking me his name, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Like, yo, what's his name? She tells me the name, I tell her the name. She's like, wow, right? So I'm on a first date with someone, and she shows me the picture of my real dad at 31 years old.
This is the first time he's met.
First time I ever seen this man.
Him.
Never seen him a day in my life. I barely knew his name. First date I had with this woman, and she showed me the picture of my dad. So that's kind of going back and forth. But so 4 A.M. in Linden was the intro of Bonnie's Mark. The first verse was the only verse I wrote, and I used to live in Linden. Right? I used to live in Linden, and the beat name was 4 A.M. in London. So at this time, right, this girl who introduced me to my dad, I'm dealing with, right, on a deep, deep level, spiritually, because I like to, I want to, I'm dealing with a lot of darkness.
Yeah. What's that darkness looking like? I want to talk, like, what does that, do you talk about
So
darkness?
perspective, right, we kind of like live together, like within a year, like I would just be in the room, I would be crying.
About what?
I don't know. Right?
Just crying?
Yes. But when I look at it now, it's like I'm feeling the reality of like what I've been missing, and I finally got it.
Okay.
But not only did I got it, it comes with a lot of darkness that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, wow, I finally found out who he is, or what he looks like at least, right? I never met him because he died, right? So I'm dealing with a lot of...
So he never met him? He passed away before you...
Before I even, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've never met him?
No.
Never?
Never.
Picture, that's it?
That's it.
Wow. This changes all the questions. I'm serious.
So I'm dealing with that, and it's like I was going through a lot of darkness with her. So it's 4 A.M. I'm living in Linden. The beat was called 4 A.M. in London. So if y'all listen to the first verse of 4 A.M. in Linden, I'm attempting to manifest a different woman. Like, so I'm talking to a woman I don't know, I would never know, right? But I'm manifesting, right? Yeah. And then the second verse is obviously 2 years later when I meet Bonnie. But I hope that answers your question.
So listen, so you get this picture, you're seeing your dad. What's the first thought or the emotion that when you first seen this? Like, what went through your mind, and what did you feel initially?
I always get what I want.
What do you mean?
I wanted to find them. And it's ironic because it's like you find them in a matter of you chasing a woman. Not saying I was chasing though, right? I wasn't chasing, but I was kind of chasing a woman. So it's like, yeah, God looks at you like, yeah, you want what you want? You're going to get it how I give it to you. So in that matter, it's like you always get what you want, but you got to, and that's why I love Pain Before Pleasure, because it's like, I'm thinking everything all good, me and this woman, you know what I mean? Boom, next thing you know, my whole life changed, literally. Literally, in that moment, like, I'm trying to hold it together in front of her, but I couldn't. I started crying.
So now that you reflect, if you could reflect right now, right, at this moment, What hurts the most?
From
Everything, your whole life. You gotta remember, this is part 2, and that's why I gotta get these questions.
what hurts the most is no one will ever know.
What? I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What hurts the most is no one will ever know.
No one will ever
Never
know.
know.
Know your whole story?
No, the hurt.
Oh, the hurt.
Yeah.
Mm.
No matter what I say, no matter how I say it, you would still never know the hurt.
Why is that?
It's about a feeling. It's about a reality that you can't really explain. You can't draw a picture. You can't make a song. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live with this every day of your life. A reality that, you know what I'm saying? That you lived the whole reality prior thinking that was your reality, and then your whole reality changes when you learn the reality.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have to think about the reality you had and put that reality to what you have to live with now, and then you also have to be a reality for the kids that you have. Like it is a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, if you had to, if your dad was alive, right? What do you think how would you think he would feel? Or let me ask the question: if he was alive, right? What do you think he would be most proud of?
My resilience.
Your resilience.
My resilience.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I'm unbreakable at this point. I feel like that, like if I was him, like, damn, kid, you a strong motherfucker. Like, that's what I would see. Not about any achievements, any of that. Like, but like, yo, like, you're a stand-up man, regardless. And I feel like that's what he would be proud of.
Okay. So, before we close out, I have my last question for you, Mel. How do you feel having one of your newest singles be picked up on the Kickin' With Me podcast as one of the soundtracks for season 1 and on Work Ethic?
I feel seen. I feel like I'm doing the work that I set out to do. Because it's one thing where it's like in my existence, I'ma always see myself and understand I'm doing something with great intention, and I'm doing something that means something. But for someone else with something tangible to recognize that, it makes me feel like, wow, right? When I talk to myself, like, look, yo, you're not only seeing you.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's inspiring. We're also it's motivating to go even harder, because it's like, I'm gonna always go hard, but to be seen by someone else is like, oh,
yeah,
I gotta go harder now, because it's like,
people see me.
you know
People
what I'm
watching.
saying? I'm being seen.
Yeah.
So, and I'm grateful. So I'm grateful to be part of something, like we all are. I'm grateful to have my creation be part of something that I believe is very unique. What you got going on is very unique. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you were unique, it's like, oh, you like what but you have something unique. So it's like, to be a part of that is a blessing, to be honest.
Just so the audience knows, right? So in creating this podcast, right, and again, sitting on it for 3 years, as I'm putting all the pieces together, I'm starting to reflect on what makes a movie a classic. What makes a movie a classic, right? Let's stop there. And when I think about, besides the actors, right, besides the content, it's the music, right? The reason why is because music will always, as soon as you hear it, you instantaneously takes you right back to that feeling, right? To that place. That song, Joe Budden, I forget, 2004, we going to the party, right? I know, I'm driving, I know who I was dating, you know what I'm saying? I know everything, I know the smell, everything. So when you have a song that resonates, you understand? You trying to classic, I'm trying to build a classic too. So if you're trying to build classic, I'm trying to have your music, make my soundtrack a classic, you know what I mean? So, so with that being said, it's just thinking outside the box, right? Nobody is having a soundtrack, right? And mind you, I don't own Know Yourself, but the other songs on the soundtrack, I own the masters to. So I've built this catalog or this EP with Bobby Krill's was it 3 years ago? No, that was like 5. Jeez, 8.
Almost 6.
Oh my God, Jesus, yes. So if I really think of it, so when I sit down and I reflect, like, God has been preparing me for this. I did an EP with Bobby 8 years ago, right? and it comes full circle where the music is purposeful for exactly what I'm putting out. You understand? And Mel is the one that prophesied this whole thing back in 2018, 2019 when we met. Where was that? In Ambush Horn?
Yeah, it was at a bar, I think bar Clay Street.
Yep.
Like a little event. Yeah.
And I just remember this is when Three Sides to Every Story,
Story, yeah.
right? It's coming out. So Mel,
volume 3.
and so if you think about it, Mel, this is Mel's beginning in his, right? I want to say, right?
Yeah.
Your beginning of your, right, being an artist. Really, I guess you could say the beginning of putting the commitment there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I remember he looked at me, we were having a conversation, he's like, Marcus, he's like, oh, we're gonna work together. And I looked at him, and I just remember when I walked out the place with Poppy, it just resonated. I'm like I felt that, I felt it. So I'm like, all right. So I was talking to Bobby about it, and he's like, hey, full circle, we're here. Commitment. Commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. This verse is an invitation to surrender your actions, goals, and intentions to God. The word commit here in Hebrew literally means to roll onto, as if you are rolling onto your burdens and plans onto God's shoulders. It reminds us that success isn't about working hard. It's about aligning your heart and motives and efforts with God's purpose. When we fully commit our ways to him, he becomes responsible for the outcome. It's a promise of divine action and favor. And as a token of my appreciation, Melvin, here is a Faith by Me blessing journal where you could take this, put all your lyrics, your blessings, you can always reflect. So I want to gift this to you. I just want to say, I'm super proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Continue to keep going. And don't look back. Just stay the course. And you're going to see the light. I promise you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You can also find the Faith by Me journal on our website. We are selling them here as well, so if you want one, they're here for sale. And so with this, I just want to have a closing prayer. So God, thank you for Melvin's story. Thank you for the strength to commit even when the road is hard. It reminds us that you are faithful to the ones who remain faithful to you. Strengthen our faith, deepen our commitment, and align us with your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And to wrap our episode today, Mel The Prophet is going to perform his song, Know Yourself, live.
Do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? Even if you don't love yourself.
First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. Highly recommended, living in defensive, existing in the reason, most be offensive. Charge it to the game, respect ain't expensive, give it like a gift. Even when you distant, measure up the scale. Is it stuck or you prevail? Heaven state of mind, free yourself from that hell. Lost memories, burning up your mental cells. Detoxing from the past, expunged from the jail. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. Faded to the ways, jaded to the place. Everybody change when you see them in their face. Energy is talk that you living every day. Caught up in the space where your people call you strange. Here is when you made it, soul walking naked. Peace is bittersweet when you sit back and taste it. Sacrificing comfort, confronting all that snakes you. Cleaning up the yard that you gracefully replace it. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction.
Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Do you know yourself? Do you know yourself?